And now we're checking grain loss again because we want to check the way we harvest. Why? Because when you engage the chopper on the back of the machine, you are changing the wind physics on the back of that machine. Let's talk about what we were doing here. You see we have canola here, and they're currently cutting a 60 bushel crop. Some really nice canola, especially when you have a pod shredder variety in canola. Doesn't matter the brand. And you have some green pods in these green stems here. It's really important that you drop your straw and chaff in the windrow a couple of times in the beginning when you start a new variety or a new field. If you have some unthreshed pods that went through the combine, no matter if they're green or not, oftentimes they are green in this kind of environment here. So that's also grain loss right there. But the thing is, when you have your chopper engaged and you're potentially not threshing the pods properly in the rotor and the concaves, guess what the chopper does with it? Destroys it. It destroys the evidence that we have a problem in the rotor / concave area, versus now it destroys the pods in the chopper. And when you measure for grain loss, you find a lot of free grain, and you may wonder if it's maybe sieve loss. So yes, it's a pain in the neck to leave a windrow, but you know, we just did that here for a couple of 100 feet. Took us a few minutes to figure this out. They have currently a machine for demo with standard concave configurations, and they wanted to make sure they're threshing properly versus the other machines in the field. Well, guess what? They weren't opening some of the pods, so we had to figure out some of the concave clearance and rotor speed, and now they can be confident that the pods are actually open. And that counts for soybeans just as much as it counts for wheat. You want to make sure you're threshing properly, and you have to bypass that chopper for that. We put the chopper back on, and now we're checking grain loss again because we want to check the way we harvest. Why? Because when you engage the chopper on the back of the machine, you are changing the wind physics on the back of that machine, and it changes the way the chaff and the loss is going through the machine. Some machines more than others, 100% you can talk about that. But the reality is, it does change it. So you don't want to screw yourself on a crop that is that good. You check your grain loss in a windrow, you put it back to chopping, and all of a sudden things change and you didn't double check. You don't want to screw yourself with that. And the other thing here is, this is grass green, like this is wet. It's now noon, and you know, the sun is out, there's a bit of a wind here. It's warm, but this stuff, you can squeeze it, and you can feel that your hands are kind of wet here, and the straw is wet. And what happens in the machine now is the free grain can easily get stuck in that straw and not separated by the rotor. So if you over thresh this material, if you go too aggressive, you can squeeze some of the moisture out of this straw, and then the free grain can easily get stuck on it. And guess what? Then your grain loss sensor doesn't see it. When your grain loss sensor doesn't see this, aka the kernels don't hit the sensor because it's stuck to the wet straw, then you don't see it on the display.